Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 2 of the SpyParty Summer Cup. My name is Taboshi. I am joined today by Yeesh,
How's it going, everybody?
and we have Dells working the cameras. It's going to be a fun day of casting today. We are opening up the festivities with a live game between Wodar and I just completely lost my head for a second there.
I believe it's Wodar and Paratroopa to start.
It is indeed Wodar and Paratroopa, and this is also going to be a live match. So just so you guys know, that means we're going to be doing this cast on a 5-minute delay. So just keep in mind that we're not necessarily going to be able to see what you fine folks are saying in chat. The rules of the SpyParty Summer Cup are constantly fluctuating, but the group stages are always the same. So just to make sure everybody's on the same page and we all know what's going on, we are going to be opening for all our games today with 2 games on Ballroom, and then 2 games on Courtyard, 2 games on Library, and finally 2 games on High Rise, any 3 of 5. Each player will be playing both roles once on each map for a total of 8 games. Win the match, you get 3 points in the group stage. Draw it, you get 1. Lose it, you get nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. With these 2 players to start off, Wodar has a ton of games, was in gold last season, and unfortunately got demoted down to silver. Had a middle lane season, but the main takeaway is that Paratroopa is an oak, so definitely an underdog in this matchup. But we've seen Wodar play down to skill level before, so we'll have to see if Paratroopa can pull it out in this match.
That being said, I believe Wodar is coming off of a loss, and Paratroopa is coming off of a draw that probably really should have been a win, except for a swap that was supposed to have been an inspect. So, Paratroopa's in a pretty good position, all things considered, coming into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like they're getting right underway. Starting off with Papa Danger as the spy.
All right, looking forward to it. We are indeed away.
Yeah, just going to start off innocently here. Our S tier is at a window, so we want to wait for them. And hey, look, they come to us.
Always nice to have your selection target approach you at the start of a game. Unfortunately, we're already talking, so we can't get the flirt too quick. Does eventually come off, though, at a bit of a distance for 21%.
Yeah, these weak flirts on Ballroom usually aren't that big of an issue. We can always bail. And yeah, there we go. Our ST leaves doing the work for us. And we'll get our next flirt underway soon. We have a lot of opportunities here. Looks like most of the conversations are building up on the left side, so we'll see if Paratroopa leans towards here since there's more cover here.
Does seem to be staying in that area. Stepping back in for the next flirt. Very short path from window to conversation, though. I think Wodar found that a little bit fishy.
Yeah, Wodar will highlight for a variety of reasons. Inspects, prints, weird paths.
Second
So,
flirt comes off to bring us up to 72%.
yeah, that green flirt really helps. Now, as long as we get close enough, we should be perfectly fine here. But this highlight might be really annoying for us in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Early suspicion is always something you want to avoid in SpyParty.
This looks like a great time to BB, but the DA isn't in right now. Let's see if Paratroopa wants to chase that. Might want to look for a good chance since there's not many people out at all.
It
Unfortunately,
looked
the
like he may
DA...
have wanted to, but the double agent didn't wind up in a conversation, so we just had to take the most natural looking path from where we were going, and that was to a window pad. It's a very slow start from Paratroopa here. Does win the briefcase race. So that means we are going to be able to get a fingerprint on the table. Not a bad stop, maybe a tad late, but we are. Oh, I don't know if. Oh, that was not a great return, I don't think. The bug on the way through was not a bad play, but Wodar is suspicious.
Yeah, I
Under a
don't think.
minute now, and we only have the one mission completed as well.
Yeah, certainly the bug was good. The arm really not visible at all, but the path especially was extremely suspicious. And the
Contact
BB
comes off with
split.
45 seconds to play. We immediately step away, looking for our last flirt here, but it's at a distance.
Yeah, we need to hit a green test here in order for this to take.
It's a red purloin! It's blinking! No! Wodar's not gonna miss that. A shot comes off, and the man in silver goes up 1-0.
Yeah, at the end there, I think Paratroopa just panicked a little bit. Just need to get close to your ST there. I think he had a decent shot of winning that game. There was a fingerprint on the green shelf. He had an opportunity to maybe get that print and then win the game with a close flirt. Just maybe panicked a little bit towards the end. Close game though. I think Wodar might have still shot him for the print. The early highlight wasn't helping him any.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It seemed like very much a late rush situation where you just have to go, 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 and hopefully the sniper's not paying enough attention. But when you read Purloin, L kind of goes out the window. Wodar now on the spy side of things on Ballroom, Paratroopa on the sniper side. Let's see how Wodar plays this from the spy side of things.
ST again preoccupied. Yeah, and we don't want to make that a three of bookshelves. That would also look very crowded, I think.
Ooh, early briefcase. I like this little move. Very unusual for a spy to do, but can be very useful moving forward. And the bug coming the other way! Wrong arm, completely hidden, absolutely beautiful. Doesn't even look suspicious because we're coming off of the briefcase. That was just beautiful.
Yeah, those wrong arm bugs with that kind of setup are gorgeous to look at, and Wodar executed it perfectly. Now in a commanding position here. As long as we can get some flirt progress, we should be in a really strong position here. I don't see any way we lose this unless we somehow don't get print.
Banana bread.
Pulls out a book, steps into conversation with a double agent, grabs the contact. Lots and lots of people in conversation. Even after that, we still only have a grand total of 2 people low-lit at this party.
Yeah, the only character we missed was the plane twin, but besides that, I mean, that BB was perfect. Even 3 low lights on Ballroom is really great. So Wodar, again, still really strong position here, although the white flirt does slow down his pace a little.
First flirt comes off at 2 minutes and 10 about for 34%, so it's a late start to the flirt, but with all the progress we have so far, it shouldn't make too big a difference. Wodar in a commanding position right now. Green book in hand as well.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a transfer, although I highly doubt it, unless Wodar is trying to go for the style. But with Seduce and then one more print, Wodar should be in a good spot. It looks like there's a briefcase here if we want to ever go for that and just get that before the timer gets too low.
Second flirt comes off. This one a green to bring us up to 85%. And I would also be very surprised if you went for this book transfer. It's just, you've got the bug off clean. It's a little bit dangerous to be going for another hard tell right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially since this fingerprint was at the very first thing in the game. You're gonna have to test Paratroopa's memory at the. He's gonna have to remember that Boots has had this print really early on. So, but we're not returning the book, and now prints are actually looking really difficult to get. I'm not sure how Wodar is gonna get this last print.
Time is definitely starting to tick down. We're at 45 seconds. Looks like Water's going for double timer flirts here. So really spending a lot of time chilling in this conversation. He might go for the transfer after all. Here's the last flirt come off. That's 3 missions done, but 30 seconds to play.
Yeah, unless Queen can kick out Taft here, I think Wodar's just gonna put the book away in the blue shelf. This
Here
is
we
an opportunity
go.
for Paratroopa.
It is indeed a hard transfer, but the sniper angle is so bad hiding behind Cowboy. It's mission win countdown now as the book goes away. 5 seconds and no reaction. Wodar sweeps the first map.
Yeah, that bug again was really what sealed the game. Really nice setup. Usually this kind of return looks a little bit strange since he set himself off really in a really weird spot, but the way he did it let him get a perfect bug off. So very nicely done by Wodar, and then just played a clean game. Maybe would have liked to see the prints, but the microfilm with the perfect cover behind Cowboy also was not too bad at all.
Yeah, very early pull out on the book and a very late put away on it. That's the kind of thing that will definitely get, especially snipers who aren't seasoned enough to get alarm bells going off in when someone has a book for that long.
Yeah, now Paratroopa down 2-0, got to make it back on Courtyard, but from experience and from Wodar's map picks, Courtyard is one of his favorite maps, so this is going to be a tough call for Paratroopa, but got to get him started off with a sniper, get some consistency.
Yeah, certainly not the start you want, especially in a match this short, but there is still time to come back as Paratroopa steps into the spy side of things on Courtyard. Nice long AI control paying off with some solid bouncing and in conversation with the double agent.
Yeah, Wodar might view that as unsuspicious, but he's going to always assume AI control there, not taking the Lilith wisely.
Banana bread.
Contact comes off very early on. Lets off a trio of pretty quick low lights. Generally, people like to wait until a bit later in the game to make that happen because it gives the sniper more to look at, but 3 low lights is not too bad, and no reason not to take it early, I guess. Into statues for a pair of inspects and a flirt to go with them. Green test for 51%. Not able to get the second inspect, though, because the seduction target was holding the other statue for too long.
Yeah, Paratroopa could have risked a 3-cycle there, but doesn't really want to take that sort of risk right now. Might as well pick your battle somewhere else. Maybe try for a swap later as well when we go back to the statues to complete our inspects.
Next flirt comes off. 85% is where we're at now. Minute and 40 still on the clock. We are going to have to go back to statues, though, which is not something that happens very often and can be a bit of a time sink.
Looks like nothing's happening here, but the laser's on the opposite side. Oh, I was about to say maybe we could have went for the statue now that the Amba and Toby were leaning towards the opposite side, but we just head right next to Boo.
Yeah, it would have been great if we were able to get one without being seen at all, but instead of that, we make sure we're seen. Second statue visit for a second inspect. We're now 85% on the flirt and 2 missions done, but with under a minute to play. This is the standard Courtyard conundrum. Where does the last mission come from?
I thought Paratroopa there was going to go for a standing bug or a walking bug. We were in range to do it, but just doesn't go for it. And now we take an innocent drink. I'm wondering how Paratroopa is planning on finishing this game. Oh, there's a print on it. Wow.
He does get a print off of it, but there's just so little time remaining. 30 seconds to play.
Amba sets the briefcase down. We have to leave right now, otherwise this is going to be missed. Somebody else is going to pick it up.
I don't think he can see the briefcases down. He is going, but he's not going to make it there in time. Duke, oh, I thought Duke was going for the briefcase, but he's not. 12 seconds. 10 seconds, it's going to be overtime. There's the print coming off. Should be 2.5 seconds.
Wodar's not rotating.
Wodar? He's not looking. He's not worried about the print. Overtime comes off. There is no shot, and Paratroopa on the spy side of Courtyard gets himself on the board.
Wow, that was crazy. You rarely see that sort of print finish like that in less than 45 seconds.
Yeah,
Unreal.
that
is, yeah, you never see print get done that late because you have to get so lucky in order for that to set up to happen. But wow, really nicely done by Paratroopa in order to finish that.
Absolutely. It lined up. Paratroopa got what he needed and took advantage. Now Wodar on the spy side going for a very early window flirt for 51% to open the game on the spy side of Courtyard. Playing as Papa Danger, a character with a very powerful bug on the cane side of his body. Zipping back into the second flirt, hits another green, that's a mission done. And going for the briefcase afterwards. This is fast movement from Wodar.
Yeah, this is looking awfully similar to his first game. Get that early print and then play it off from there. Maybe we'll see a bug on the way out here. Nah, not this time.
No
Courtyard,
bug on
you
the
have
way out.
much more freedom to rotate, so easier to cover every possible angle, whereas on Ballroom you can really only rotate to the right.
Yeah.
So, bit riskier to go for bugs on this map in particular, since hard to gauge where exactly the sniper is at all times.
Wodar now stepping into statues for a pair of inspects. This is going to be the second completion unless something disastrous happens. 2 minutes still to play. The seduce is done. The inspect is done. Those are the biggest time sinks on the map right now. It's just now a matter of finishing before Paratroop is ready to take a shot.
Ooh, and Disney leaves. He was blocking Amba's personal space, but now he's going to have a chance to be offered a drink. Let's see if Wodar can capitalize if the Amba does. Yeah, you can see him moving over towards the Amba.
Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, the Amber rejects the drink. No. Would have been so nice.
And yeah, see, Toby offered us naturally the next drink, so that would have looked even better for Wodar. So nice play there, just didn't work out this time.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing. But not a huge deal. The briefcase is down again, though, right next to us.
Yeah, we could just go for this. It's a minute left, so maybe you just want to take this now. Yeah. He sees
Does
the characters
indeed.
going towards it.
That's
When you
the print done. And contact still on the board with 45 seconds to play. Goes for the bug instead! Takes the bullet for it! Wodar trying to get fancy and gets caught out. Paratroopa ties things up.
I'm not sure if Wodar would have lived anymore. You can sort of see Paratroopa's laser hover over Wodar as he gets this print. But yeah, very expectant of this bug. And yeah, Papa Danger's regular non-cane arm, not quite as good as his cane side.
And what looked like a disastrous start for Paratroopa winds up with us all square at the halfway point of the match. It's going to be Library next, with Paratroopa on the spy side, Wodar on the sniper.
That's got to boost your spirits, though, after you just sweep Wodar on probably one of his favorite maps, too. Certainly one of his more popular picks in SCL. So, Paratroopa got to ride this momentum on Library. It's certainly a map. I think this is pretty good against Wodar. Wodar is going to highlight characters for a variety of things. If you can stay under the radar for like the first minute or so, I think you're in a great position to take a game.
Absolutely. Paratroopa. Lots of momentum behind him now. But a very slow start on Library. This is not usually how you see a spy start a game.
Yeah, oftentimes there's a free print or a free bookcase you want to grab early. Split up the sniper's attention. Yeah, Paratroopa does go for a book. Versus Wodar, especially, you don't really want to get highlight right off the start, so no statues, no early prints. If you want to do those things, better to try to do them later into the game when you've got less suspicion on you.
Green test on the animation transfer means blue microfilm in pocket, but that is a more time-consuming way to do the mission, though probably not by a whole lot.
That was very nice timing by Paratroopa. He saw that Amba and Toby were on the left side of the right side of the map, so was able to time that one perfect.
That's an impolite place to be in the conversation. Takes a highlight for it, and Papa Danger is so disappointed by the rudeness that he leaves, and now we look fine, but it's too late by now. First flirt comes off, 34%.
Yeah,
He did
Paratroopa.
gain some suspicion.
Yeah, Paratroopa was pretty greedy for that flirt. I mean, you're down 230. You want to make sure you get some flirt progress, but versus Wodar, and you take that sort of really bad path into basically a body blocked entry, that's going to get you almost top suspect. But he, Paratroopa hasn't really done anything else, so we'll have to see how it goes.
We shall see indeed. 2 minutes and 15 to play, no mission completions yet. This is a worrying situation for Paratroopa. Does he hit the difficult? Oh, he hit the difficult fingerprint! That could be enormous moving forward. That's a bad return. That
That's
is a bad
illegal.
return.
We might just die. Like Wodar's laser just paused over us too. This is really bad.
Yeah, I think this might be a lost game for Paratroopa. We'll see where Wadar's eyes were, though. It's possible he's missed some stuff.
Yeah, certainly Paratroopa doesn't at least have statues, so you can't give that to Para. That's the one positive thing here. And there's a fingerprint at the green shelf, so we might still have some ways out.
Purloin coming off. This is going to be the big one. Yeah, just immediately, no hesitation. Wodar was on top of that game. It's 3-2 for Wodar.
Yeah, Wodar so far catching Paratrooper out twice for some pathing mistakes, and then that briefcase mistake. If the AMBA is preoccupied, so that means they're at statues, they're reading a book at a window or at the bookshelf. The AI will not attempt to return the briefcase and will just simply set it down and walk away. There, Paratroopa tried to return and then set it down far too late, and yeah, probably skyrocketed Wodar's suspicions of it.
And now it's Wodar on the spy side of library with Paratrooper on the sniper. Let's see how he's able to play this. Will we continue getting sweeps, or will it stay tied up?
Yeah, we'll have to see. Paratrooper really needs this win in order to stay in contention. Really needs a win here. So does Wodar, though, so both players really playing here. I think Paratrooper actually needs to just win out. I don't think he can afford a tie, so he has to go perfect from here on out. Really weird start from Wodar. We've seen him play super aggressive every single game, and now he just is willing to just sit back, take a little rest, and just chill in this empty conversation, basically.
Yeah, it's a very different look from Wodar. I think he's trying to get Paratroopa in the mindset that he's going to be very aggressive and then switch it up on the third spy game. Could be a strong play as he picks up his first fingerprint off of a drink.
Yeah, the request off the drink was sort of obvious. Toby got pulled from the left CC into that middle left CC. So it might be a little bit obvious, but no highlight from Paratroopa is comforting.
Still, drink drink fingerprints are one of the more difficult ones to keep track of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If the sniper catches you with a drink print, it's probably the most suspicious thing in the world, but it's easily the easiest one to miss. So this could just be a free half mission for Roy.
Contact coming off. There it goes. Lets off 4 solid lowlights, 2 of which were highlight at the time. So not the best contact in the world for Wodar, but not terrible either. Also has the 1 fingerprint, as we mentioned, and 46% on the flirt.
All things considered, not too bad. Well done by Paratroopa getting those lowlights. Sometimes it can be tough with BB split potential on this map to want to just take bad lowlights, but really well done Paratroopa getting them all solidly. And now Wodar actually in a falling behind a little bit. Let's see if he wants to do something with his blue buff.
Well, he walked it back over to the blue bookcase in order to get the next flirt up to 77%. Just does put it away innocently. No transfer shenanigans. Bug through a body? I think we're in range. It's being watched, and it does get burned away. Wodar is not able to get the bug off. Minute and 30 left to play. One mission completion. Things are not lining up for Wodar.
Yeah, you could see Paratroopa's laser just sort of
It's a red
staring it
test
down.
purloin! Blinky blinky, baby! It's a highlight. It's not a shot. It's just a highlight. Wasn't able to get a good look at the fade, I guess. Tried to go for another drink fingerprint and was not able to hit this one. It was a difficult.
We're in range for bug again.
We are indeed. This time it comes off. So now we've got 3 missions done out of a required 5. We need a print and a flirt. And we also need to survive it when the party is down to 4.
And you can just see Paratroopa's laser just hovering over here on the left side, not even bothering to check the right side at all.
Center statues. I don't see Wodar surviving this.
Yeah, Paratroopa wisely waits for the 2 cycle and then puts a bullet through Wodar. Wodar's had really great progress and then just kind of slowed down towards the end, and then the purloin obviously narrowed things down pretty heavily.
And with that, we are going into our final map of the set. It is going to be high rise, any 3 of 5, and we are all tied up at 3.
Yeah, this is a huge map. Both of these players really want the sweep. Paratroopa especially wants the tie, but Wodar, he has 1 loss already, so he needs to get this win so that he has a chance at making it out. If he has a tie here, even if he wins the next one, it's going to be questionable if he can make it. So really going to be looking for a sweep here.
Yeah, and Paratroopa is playing off of a tie as well, so
yeah,
a win would be ideal, but if he draws this, he's still probably in contention for top 2.
Absolutely. He does have to play Kmars, I believe, next week, who I believe is 2-0. Has 2 wins so far, so really strong start from him. So probably wants to get a win here. So even if he loses, he has still a chance of making it in the second stage.
This is one of the most awkward starts I have seen on this map. We are now flirt paired with Smallman. That's fine. We just have to make sure we don't hug Smallman again.
Yeah, again, Paratroopa getting caught out on the pathing. Just tiny little mistakes that punished him. And unfortunately there, no lowlights taken, but the thing is that Boots the SDA was out, so now only 3 people have real B.
Yeah, this is not a good start. Took control a little bit early and wound up missing the conversation pad. Bailed to window to try to salvage it and wound up basically on top of Smallman. Now we've got the contact, only 3 possible reels. Now we're stepping in for our flirt. There are 4 highlights and 1 low light. First flirt comes off for 34%, but this is a difficult situation to play with, even with all this time on the clock.
Paratroopa, yeah, wisely waits on that flirt. He realizes that him and Smallman are going to be top suspects, so...
Smallman low-lit by now, actually.
That's slightly promising for us. I doubt we're going to get low-lit anytime soon, since we're just idling here in CC. Hopefully General comes back to us. That would really help our flirt progress. But we have nothing else. No prints, no nothing. Maybe Amba will take a drink print and give us a little help. He does, at least.
There's the second flirt coming off. We're up to 59%. So if we can get a close-ish green, that'll be 3 flirts, but we can absolutely finish this in 4. Still have a minute and a half left to play, so plenty of time.
Yeah, and
Even
now
if we
we're
have to
getting...
timer flirt both of these.
We're fine. We reject the printable drink. I wonder if this is just intentional by Paratroopa trying to maybe bait a low light, or if he's just missed the opportunity. Either way, that's a little unfortunate because I don't see how we complete now besides maybe a well-timed bug.
I think that is the plan, going for a well-timed bug. Next flirt comes off with a minute to play. It's 84%. Going to statues for the last flirt. No, going to statues for the print. Isn't going to be able to get the flirt because of the one cycle the seduction target took. But we do get a print off of this statue.
Yeah, but now we really are wishing we got that printable drink earlier.
Absolutely.
Because
I
now
don't think we're
now
going
how
to
do we
get
get this last?
bailed. We're not going to get bailed on print twice in one match. There's the last flirt coming off. But with 15 seconds to play and the ambassador holding the briefcase in his hands, there is nothing to do right now except go for a late statue visit. We let off a huge amount of overtime. Wodar doesn't want to wait, takes the shot immediately. It is 3-4, Wodar's favor.
Yeah, Paratroopa there. I think if he wanted to do prints, he should have just taken the drink print and then go do that statue later, and then you'd be in perfect shape. But unfortunately, just didn't work out for him. And then obviously at the end, kind of forced there to just go to the statue or maybe crash bug. Either way, was not going to turn out well.
And as you were saying, it's Kmar's top of the group right now with 2 wins. The battle is for the second place spot here. It's a battle to move on to the bracket stage. Wodar, if he can find a win on this game, he might still be in contention.
Yeah, Paratroopa, especially since he's playing Kmar's next week. If he loses, if he loses this match here, he's going to have to win, and then you're just hoping that Wodar would tie or lose his next match to Fancy Pants. That's really the only way Paratroopa would have out. So a tie here would be huge. Give him some way out. Wins here are worth 3 points. Draws are only worth 1. So important to note that a win will definitely skyrocket you into a much better position here.
Both players need this game so badly. One or the other one taking a moment to breathe before this last round, but we are stepping into this. It's Wodar on the spy to finish it up. Paratrooper on the sniper with everything to play for.
Yeah, always want to make sure you take a little breather at the end there. You're playing for your tournament life. You just want to relax, focus on your game plan, and then play some good sniper and some good spy party, you know?
Wodar opens things up at a bookcase, but doesn't do anything with the book. Takes a wide path around the ambassador to show that, no, I am not bugging, I promise. But does go for that early fingerprint he so loves to get.
This looks awfully familiar to this ballroom bug we had earlier. Oh, we don't go for the bug. Could have had a wrong arm setup. Very similar to the way it worked on ballroom, but doesn't go for it. Maybe doesn't want to bet the whole game on that one moment again.
Instead of that, steps into conversation with the seduction target, nice and close for 51% on the flirt. 2 minutes and 45 left to play. Tons of time to work with. So double agent now joining the conversation as well, so this is a very nice place to
Banana
be.
bread.
Contact comes off. 1 low light.
But again, SDA out, so only 4 people have real banana bread.
That
So
could be very big indeed. Both twins are in that mix. Wodar is not the highlight one.
I believe Bling Twin this is his second inspect. This might just be really bad for Paratroopa if he thinks Bling is the spy. Because he has contact, I think that's inspect. So this could just be over in just a moment if Paratroopa just waits for Bling Twin to do one more flirt.
It could very well be. Wodar is definitely not being too impatient here.
Yeah, now requesting this printable drink.
Here's
And I
the
think
thing,
it
though.
would.
Look at what Blinktwin just did. He entered conversation alone with the ambassador at a distance and talked. Wodar is the one chasing for the flirt here. It's 85% and a fingerprint off of the drink. So fingerprint is done. Contact is done. One more flirt is needed. Can Paratroop figure this one out?
Without the highlight, I don't think so. I think Wodar's just gonna get this timer flirt off unless Bling can do something crazy for us, like go to statues or go briefcase or something. I think Paratroopa without the highlight isn't going to shoot Wodar here, but he needs to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I think you're right. 45 seconds. The shot comes off. It's not the correct one. And Wodar takes the win and 3 points on the group and finds himself in contention for the second place spot.
Yeah, tough game there. So yeah, Bling did have inspects. What did General have though? I don't think General had anything. Maybe he thought he had bug. I think that's the only possible thing. And I mean, General's bug is pretty amazing, so can't really doubt Paratroopa for wanting to assume General had a bug there at the end.
Absolutely. So, that is one match in the books. Big, big win for Wodar. That is some big implications for that group.
Yeah,
But
right
now,
now.
sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Kmar. No, yeah, I was just gonna say Kmar's now gonna be in the lead with 6 points. Wodar with just 3, with a win and a loss. Paratroopa at just 1 with a tie and a loss, and then Fancy Pants with a tie and a loss. So Paratroopa needs Wodar to lose to Fancy Pants, and then he has to beat Kmar's in order for him to have a chance in the week 3 match.
All
That's the only
right.
way he'll get out. But now we're on to our